At the risk of embarrassing myself, nothing new there, I think in my head I've won Wimbledon more than any other sporting competition. Over the years, mostly when I was younger, I've dreamed about having match point, serving an ace and hurdling the net. I've pictured myself wading through the stands Pat Cash style before lifting the famous trophy and parading around a packed centre court. It's fair to say I love Wimbledon and I'm pretty keen on tennis. It's Boris Becker's fault. Watching him win the tournament as an unseeded 17-year-old back in 1985 is still a vivid memory, as was playing tennis with my brother straight afterwards in my aunt's garden, where the biggest challenge wasn't winning as much as making sure the ball didn't end up in the septic tank. New balls definitely required if that happened. So I was interested to hear that Roger Federer, a definite tennising favourite over the years, had recently delivered a commencement speech at a US university. Reflecting upon his incredible career, he shed light on the mental strength needed to succeed not just on the tennis court, but in life. I wasn't surprised to learn that Federer had won 80% of the 1,526 matches he'd ever played. But what was fascinating and hard to believe was that in those matches he'd actually won only 54% of the points. As the great Swiss said, when on average you lose every second point, you learn not to dwell on every shot. You teach yourself to think, okay, I double faulted, it's only a point. The truth is, whatever game we play in life, sometimes we're going to lose, we're going to make mistakes, we're going to come up short. Things don't always go our way. Often, the tendency in such moments is to doubt ourselves, criticise ourselves and beat ourselves up. But Roger Federer seems to be suggesting that instead of lingering on our faults and failings, we should focus on the next point and, in effect, forgive ourselves. Of course, he's not the only one. Science and the Bible have a few things to say about forgiveness too. Scientific research suggests that learning to forgive lessens the amount of hurt, anger, stress and depression that people experience. Apparently, people who forgive also become more hopeful, compassionate and better at resolving conflict. While time and again the Bible says, forgive one another as God forgives you. One way or another, learning to forgive others and even ourselves seems to be important and good for us. I don't know about you, but any time science, the Bible and Roger Federer say the same thing, I'm interested.